CCP's financial crisis worsens. Hong Kong bankers are urgently summoned to provide assistance. China's Yiwu Christmas sales season ends early as demand in Europe and the US declines. Winter challenges hit China, survival difficult for many, concerns rise for next year's hardships. It's all covered in today's China Truths. CCP's financial crisis worsens. Hong Kong bankers are urgently summoned to provide assistance. China's fiscal crisis has intensified this year, marked by a global rating agency, Moody's, lowering the outlook for China's sovereign credit. On December 13, the Ministry of Finance hastily convened a meeting with Hong Kong bankers, including HSBC Holdings, Standard Chartered Bank, and Bank of China, Hong Kong, emphasizing Hong Kong's significance as an investment center and raising international concerns. This visit to Hong Kong by the Ministry of Finance may involve discussions on national bond issuance. Ms. Guo Jun, editor-in-chief of the Epoch Times, commented on Moody's shift, stating that it impacts the issuance of national debt and government-guaranteed large enterprise bonds. She notes, with China's economy facing significant problems and expected returns diminishing, an elevated risk level essentially eliminates its investment value. Therefore, the CCP's latest move is to seek evaluations from major banks on potential future impacts and seek advice. CCP's sole focus, ensuring control and utilization of the financial center in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, playing a pivotal role in connecting China with the world, has been instrumental in China's development. However, the CCP's implementation of the national security law in Hong Kong has prompted foreign capital to seek alternative destinations. In recent financial conferences, CCP officials have consistently emphasized the importance of preserving Hong Kong's standing and influence as an international financial center. Veteran banker and commentator Professor Wu Mingda acknowledged the mainland's economic challenges but noted that Hong Kong still has a lot of money. Consequently, the CCP is signaling in Hong Kong, asserting its commitment to fiercely defend its international financial center status, essentially intending to preserve Hong Kong's financial resources. However, Wu believes that if the CCP wants Hong Kong to continue producing golden eggs and evolve into an international financial center, it should adhere to international norms and handle all matters in accordance with established international behavior patterns. Meanwhile, Ms. Guo Jun asserts that the CCP aims to preserve Hong Kong's international financial center status for its exclusive benefit, despite disapproving of its model and intending to eradicate its legal system, freedom, and culture. The CCP places significant value on Hong Kong's international financial center status as it serves as the primary bridgehead for nearly all foreign capital entering mainland China. This includes the issuance of US dollar bonds, both by the government and enterprises, with a majority conducted in Hong Kong. Additionally, a substantial number of IPOs for listed companies, over half of which are mainland Chinese enterprises, are funded through the Hong Kong stock market. Large-scale foreign investments, particularly those from major funds investing in Chinese companies, predominantly flow through the Hong Kong stock market. Foreign capital also chooses to invest in mainland China through Hong Kong for several reasons. Firstly, Hong Kong possesses a legal system inherited from the original British-American legal system. Secondly, there is a fixed exchange rate between the Hong Kong dollar and the US dollar at 7.8 to 1, minimizing exchange rate risks. Thirdly, Hong Kong provides an environment of free information exchange, serving as an information hub. Ms. Guo Jun asserts, but these advantages, aside from the fixed exchange rate system, are disappearing. The status of Hong Kong as an international financial center is built on the foundation of Hong Kong's independent judicial system and its free institutions. Without this foundation, an international financial center in Hong Kong cannot sustain itself. CCP's financial and fiscal situation is rapidly deteriorating. This is evident in the rapid escalation of its fiscal challenges. An article published on CCP.net, the official CCP mouthpiece, on December 1, sheds light on the gravity of the situation. Emphasizing the Central Financial Commission and the Central Financial Work Commission, the article outlines the 5 musts, stressing the need to adhere to and strengthen the comprehensive leadership of the CCP, deepen structural reforms in financial supply, and effectively prevent and resolve financial risks. In October of this year, there was a staggering issuance of 1.8254 trillion yuan in local government bonds and city investment bonds, often referred to as China's financial black hole. The trend continued in November, with an additional 960.5 billion yuan issued, inching closer to the trillion yuan mark. The cumulative issuance of local government bonds nationwide reached an alarming 9.14 trillion yuan in the first 11 months of 2023, significantly surpassing the approximately 7.4 trillion yuan for the entire year of 2022. What is particularly noteworthy is that more than 50% of these bonds were refinancing bonds utilized for borrowing anew to repay the old. The practice of borrowing anew to repay the old involves local governments issuing refinancing bonds to replace implicit debts, specifically the debts of city investment platforms. Analysts are concerned that this approach may have the unintended consequence of triggering a financial storm when replacing the debts of city investment platforms. Meanwhile, the CCP Ministry of Finance released fiscal revenue and expenditure data for October, and China affairs expert Wang He highlights a deteriorating financial situation. In more detail, from January to October, the total general public budget revenue nationwide was 18.7494 trillion yuan, showing a year-on-year growth of 8.1%. This growth rate, while still positive, saw a slight decline compared to the previous 3 quarters, with the first 2 months experiencing negative growth, signaling instability in revenue growth. Non-tax revenue in the amount of 2,965.3 billion yuan marked a year-on-year decrease of 3.8%. Wang He interprets this as a crucial signal, indicating that the last pillar of the CCP's finances is shaking. Wang Yi's analysis suggests that China's anticipated economic recession in 2023 will profoundly impact finances. Despite this, the CCP is actively pursuing fiscal policies, including issuing refinancing bonds exceeding 4 trillion yuan for the first time to alleviate local debt pressure, issuing 1 trillion yuan of special national bonds nominally for post-disaster reconstruction, an uncommon increase in the budget deficit, and an early allocation of a portion of the additional local debt quota for 2024. These measures significantly elevate the financial risks for the CCP. In addition, reports of substantial salary cuts for civil servants nationwide, the merging and downsizing of police stations, and layoffs of auxiliary police indicate that the CCP's financial risks are spreading uncontrollably. China's Yiwu Christmas sales season ends early as demand in Europe and the US declines. In mid-December, the peak season for Yiwu, China, known for its Christmas supply trade, concluded early in 2023 due to weakened demand in European and American markets and declining prices. The China Small Commodity Index, released by the Yiwu municipal government 2 weeks ago, indicated a premature end to Christmas product sales as demand waned. Yiwu, boasting the world's largest small commodity wholesale market, typically sees heightened business from exports. However, 2023 fell short compared to 2022, despite Beijing's lifted COVID-19 measures. While foot traffic remained stable, actual sales lagged, attributed in part to consumers demanding lower prices. Exporters faced challenges as customers from the United States and Europe sought a 10% reduction in prices, citing high inflation rates. China's major export commodities experienced a 70% reduction in prices over the past year, with many opting to clear excess inventory at discounted rates overseas. Capital Economics, a British economic analysis agency, reported a 16% drop in China's exports in US dollar terms since the end of the previous year, leading to the lowest net profit margins for exporters since 2010. Economists expect China's export decline to bottom out in the coming months due to a cyclical upturn in global trade, but they do not expect a sharp rebound. Winter challenges hit China, survival difficult for many, concerns rise for next year's hardships. In the past week, Beijing, Dezhou City in Shandong Province, Nanjing, and Wuhan in Hubei Province have witnessed heavy snowfall. Winter has taken hold across much of China, bringing with it the harsh realities of hunger and cold for numerous individuals. This winter is not just a season of weather-related challenges but also marks China's economic downturn, A video depicting an elderly person struggling to drag heavy objects through the snow has gone viral on social media, drawing attention to the difficult conditions faced by many. A netizen from Shaanxi shared, "Many families in China are currently struggling to afford meals. In places like Dalian, Guangzhou, and Changsha, some families can't even come up with a few hundred yuan." The economic collapse in China is affecting not only the lower class but has reached every stratum of society. In a video circulating on the Chinese Kuaishou short video platform, a woman articulates the challenges faced by the elite class. She states, "The pressure is immense, and there are many poor people among us. The most dire situation at present is for those who purchased houses in the past 4 to 5 years and are still repaying mortgages. The sharpest decline in housing prices in all of China is around Beijing, with a staggering 75% drop. Previously, many people opted to buy houses around Beijing, intending to gradually transition to Beijing as property prices rose. However, housing prices around Beijing have now plummeted, with some second-hand houses being sold for less than the outstanding mortgage amount. Consequently, many individuals are choosing to abandon their mortgages and relinquish their houses. Furthermore, in anticipation of the post-graduation unemployment crisis, many Chinese students are turning to taking the National Postgraduate Entrance Exam. However, recent reports indicate that the Chinese Academy of Sciences has issued a notice postponing the disbursement of December's National Scholarship for graduate students, without specifying when the funds will be distributed. Observers have noted a sudden surge in the recurrence of a phrase across Chinese social media this year, manifesting in various iterations. Examples include having a monthly salary of 10,000 yuan but being unable to afford bread, earning 20,000 yuan but only shopping in discount areas, having a monthly salary of 20,000 yuan yet hesitating to spend 20 yuan on taxis, and so forth. Most of the mentioned scenarios involve basic necessities that are not truly unaffordable, primarily due to psychological reluctance. Observers suggest that simultaneously, there's a growing trend on social media platforms such as Xiaohongshu, referred to as Chinese Instagram, where people assess the value of products, indicating an increasing hesitancy among Chinese individuals to spend money. This trend is anticipated to set off an inevitable cycle of economic challenges in China. In response to the severe economic crisis, the top echelons of the CCP are prohibiting discussions about the economy among citizens. As previously reported, the Ministry of State Security has been instructed to crack down severely on those who criticize or express concerns about the Chinese economy. Commentators draw historical parallels, citing the example of the Great Chinese Famine from October 1959 to April of the following year when, under the influence of the Great Leap Forward, Hunan's Xinjiang region experienced a severe famine. The local government prohibited discussions about it, using terms like smearing socialism and enemy agents spreading rumors to suppress information about the famine. Militias were deployed to block and intercept people fleeing the famine, resulting in the deaths of 1.25 million out of a population of 8.08 million in Xinjiang. This event had significant political implications and marked the comprehensive failure of Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward, leading to his retreat from the front line. Anticipating that this economic crisis will have repercussions within the higher ranks of the CCP, commentator Zhong Yuan suggests that the top leader of the CCP, Xi Jinping, personally overseeing the economy, lacks effective solutions and is facing questioning from officials. As a result, the CCP has instructed the Ministry of State Security to fortify the economic security barrier, essentially relying on intelligence agencies to monitor officials at all levels and silence them. Zhong Yuan believes that China's severe economic crisis is just a surface manifestation of a more serious internal political and power crisis within the CCP. Considering the heightened security measures during the top leaders' overseas visits, sudden falls from grace, such as the deaths of Li Keqiang and the arrest of Qin Gang and Li Shangfu, the internal upheaval within the CCP this year surpasses external expectations. Former Chinese media professional Zhao Lanjian wrote that at the end of the year, in Zhengzhou, Hunan, the traditional cultural center of central China, there were unusual phenomena of thunder in the snow and flocks of crows flying chaotically. According to folk beliefs, thunder in winter, or rare event in a century, results in empty cattle pens 9 out of 10 times. Thunder and snow, an event once in a millennium, leads to barren fields and people resorting to eating iron. Thunder striking in conjunction with snow at the beginning of winter, an extremely rare occurrence in 10,000 years, results in piles of graves. These unusual occurrences in Zhengzhou may be considered extremely ominous signs. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.